Yeah. So yeah, this will be a different video. I think I will split it into three parts. One will be the book I've read. The other one will be what I'm going to read. So somehow TBR. And the third one is please help me pick another book. So yay, something fun. But first, the only book I've read is Relic of Evil by Siebe Huizinga. So it's set in 1350, yeah, somewhere like that. We meet a boy whose name is Raaf, or Raf, whatever you want to call it. Let's say Raaf. Um, and while he's poaching in the forest, he gets something from a monk who's on the run. And later on, the monk gets killed, so he's stuck with the gift, I guess you can say. And from then on, the story really starts. Along the story, he meets some friends or some new friends. Beatrice or Beatrice, however you want to pronounce it, and Tobias. And they have some weird adventures. It all has to do with the unicorn. I don't know if it's Siebe or not, but that's supposed to be a unicorn. And apparently, the horn of the unicorn can or has in it the cure for the big plague or the black plague or the plague, just however you want to call it, that was roaming through Europe at that time. So that's a little bit of a hint what the story's about. Um, yeah, some minor criticism I have with this book is that the female character isn't fully developed. She feels kind of flat. I love with Raf within, let's say, 4 or 5 pages. So that's rather quickly. Yeah, that's for the most part the criticism I have. The things I really do like about this book is it's written in Dutch. It's also a Dutch author, but he really uses some old Dutch, or let's say the language they spoke around that time, within the book. So it's, I guess you can say, nice to see how our language developed from how it's used to be spoken to what is spoken now. Um, yeah, I would highly recommend it. I think you can categorize this one as historical YA. So please bear in mind if you want to read it, it's probably YA. But yeah, anyway, highly recommend it. Only, yeah, well, I said, the female character isn't developed well enough, at least in my opinion. So that's it. So, yeah, then for this second part of the video, or Hannah Blackwell, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, sorry if I'm not. I'll try to link her channel. She is hosting Once Upon a Readathon. At least there are, let's say, the chance is set up in 5 prompts, and all of the prompts have 3 tasks you can do to gather points for some of the teams. We are trying to get all of them gather fruit from F3, or something like that. So in the first prompt, we have to research the apple tree, And how we do that, let's show the books I have for that prompt, and then so on and so on. Oh. So for the book with royalty, yeah, I've removed the dust cover. This one is by Martha Stewart, and it's the first book in the Merlin trilogy. If you can see it like that, hopefully you can. So I'm reading The Crystal Cave for the book of royalty, and I'm also bud reading this one right now with Jolene at Jolene Reads. So please look up her channel if you're not already on her, something like that. Yeah, really enjoying this book right now. So that's for the royalty part. As for the fairy tale or myth retelling, I'm reading currently Riding Hood by, what's their name? Sarah Blackley, Cartwright, and David Leslie Johnson. So that's one, yeah, you can guess which kind of retelling that will be. And for the third one, yeah, I'll try to read. No, I'm going to read Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, I'm stepping way, way, way out of my comfort zone for this challenge, so bear with me. So yeah, the first one, it's in Dutch, but I think they allow it that the original title is good enough for this challenge. So that's for the first prompt. For that whole prompt, I'm going to read The Kingdom of Copper. So as you can see, there's some orange and yellow, and here's some brown and some maybe reddish colors already on the cover. It's well, at least the first book had a map. Yeah, there's also a map in it, as you can see. And for the third one, yeah, I bought this one, let's say 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yay for that one. By Lauren Kate, I have Determined, and yeah, that will be the one for the romance aspect. I've read the first book in, let's say, the Fallen series, and this is the second book in it, so I'm expecting more of the same romance in it. And the other two prompts, so the family and the debut author, it will be Sansar by, let me see if I can get her first name. Yes, Esmeralda de Vries. And that will be Sansar the Keepers or the Guardians, if I'm roughly translating that one to English. Yeah, it's her first and only book that's currently out. So yeah, and all I know it's about a boy named Egon. Really don't know how to pronounce that one in English. And he's on the search for his grandfather and grandmother, or his grandma and his grandpa, whatever you want to call it. So they'll do. It has to do with family. I'm reading Idruk, the Chamber of the Lords by Arthur Balder. It's set in England in 1099, so it's definitely set in history. According to what I've read here, It's about a boy, I think, that's called Curdy. Oh, that's Curdy backwards. Right. It's really funny that I'm just figuring it out right now. And it says he's the son of a magician, or wizard. So if there's a wizard or magician in it, I already think there will be some magic in it. And the book is, I think, let's see, it's around 492 pages. So that's also way above the 450 for the bonus points. So that's it for the fourth prompt. I can use all of that in one book. Yet again, same with the Kingdom of Copper. Clicked one using, I think it's Conclave by Robert Harris. The Pope is dead, and there has to be a new Pope chosen. And it's going from what's on the back cover. It's about how they choose it, so there's a conflict between, I guess, some groups from we want that Pope, or we want that person to be the new Pope, and others to be, nope, it's that one, and how they come to it. So I think that one will do for the conflict book. And I guess for the Maury Gray characters in the book, I'm going by Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. And that's the second book in the First Law trilogy. We've met them all in the First Law. And this one is the continuation of their journey, I guess. That's it for that one. Third book in this prompt, I need not to choose for myself, but to let others choose the book I'm going to read. So I have some options, and I'm going to show them to you all. Please choose one for me, so I can continue with this journey and finish this challenge. The books you can choose from. I know Jolene really loves this author and this series, and in particularly this book. So that's why it's also an option. And that one is Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Merlier. Merlier? I really don't know how to pronounce it, my bad. So that's an option. And I also have Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. By Suzanne Clark, I have Piranesi. I'm really bad at pronouncing the names right. By Justine Gaarder, I have The World According Sophie. Or The World According to Sophie. Then by W. Paul Young, I have The Shack. Then by Mark Z. Danielewski, I think. And that will be House of Leaves. Then by V.E. Schwab, I have Gallant. By Neil Stevenson, I have Snow Crash. And by James Corey, I have Leviathan Wakes in the first book in the Expanse series. So please choose a book for me. It's all in different genres or categories, so please pick one. And anyway, already thanks for choosing and thanks for watching. If you're joining this Once Upon a Readathon challenge, please hi, let's say hi, or if you're agreeing with the choices I made or not. Yeah, please tell me what you've read and see you in the next video. Bye.